set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Joseph set to kick off.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the... ...25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30.
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st down, 49ers.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Mostert. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
Garoppolo. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the return will stop right around the 25. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, They got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It's a pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down now, it's Henry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
57 to Mike. 57.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis there to make the grab. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Quick slant to Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Jackson to return. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Titan football.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Eric Armstead. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
At the 37-yard line.
a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Play action, it's Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. 57. Mike, 57. I don't think you got it, son. 19, target, 19, target. 18, rattle, 18, rattle. Mike, 57. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Mike's 57 for 3. Time to go, night. Hey, switch gears.
On first down, it's Tannehill. This one caught by Davis. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
59's mark, 59's mark. Check, 59.
Tannehill on first down and caught by Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
He's checking.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Watch out. Show it up.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Henry.
A gain of 8. First down, Tennessee.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Smash.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
He's across midfield to the
A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in, but this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second and 4. The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Return. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
from the 29. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
A gain of 11.
11 yards there, first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Garoppolo gets this into the hands of Taylor, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now in Nashville. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Hey, come on.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
They'll run on first down. Henry, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Henry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. D Ford that time, showing what he can do defensively. Credit him with a tackle for loss.
Check. Watch twist. Hawk 70.
On second down, it's Henry. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Another dollar, baby.
He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
They'll take over first.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
24-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
3 yards. First down, 49ers.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete to Raheem Mostert. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He finds Taylor, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
His kick is good.
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.